Hello and welcome back. This is episode 33 of Rabbit Hole Reviews. Today we're going to take a look in 10 minutes or less at a pistol that I picked up not too long ago. This is, well, it looks like a Walther PP because in effect it is, but it's a licensed, produced Walther PP made by a company called Manhurin out of France. So a quick history lesson. Starting, in World War II, Walther was forbidden to produce small arms out of their factory. I think the factory was in Eastern Germany at the time. And so what they did in order to keep money flowing in and people employed, they picked up their machinery and their techs and they moved production over to France where they could license produce them in a friendly nation. So starting in 1952, the Walther PP was made under license. It's in effect identical in every way to a Walther. It just has Manurin grips, stamped grip panels, and a Manurin roll mark on it. Starting in 1952, imported them into the U.S. This one is in .32 automatic. And they ran from 52 to 56. So starting in 1956, after 56, Inner Arms picked up importation from Tholson Company, who had initially imported them. And Inner Arms imported these all the way up until 1984. So from 56 to 84, almost a 30-year run there. At that point, Manurin took over importation directly, where they imported them for another 2 years before they stopped production. So an impressive production run from 1952 to 1986. And let's go over some of those specs real fast. So the PP was originally designed in 1929. The published weight on this is 23 ounces for the .32 automatic version. They came in other calibers, notably 22 LR, 380 ACP, 9x18 Ultra, which is something you're not going to see very often. And the PP is 6.7 inches overall length, has a barrel length of 3.9 inches, width of 1.2 inches, and a height of 4.3 inches. This one is, I'm predicting, going to be roughly 26 ounces. We'll go ahead and put it on the scale. What this has is 8 rounds of .32 automatic in the magazine. So I'm thinking 26.5 ounces. And we'll see what that comes out to be. So that's your loaded weight. Okay, so 26.37 ounces. Not a particularly light pistol, but that's actually nice because, well, .32 automatic really doesn't have a lot of recoil to begin with. And it definitely has a lot less with a pistol of this size and this weight. It's a joy to shoot. I think the only thing that really lets it down is, weapon is clear, is probably sights. These are 1930s era, 1950s era sights. That front blade is pretty small. It's not a precise sight arrangement. It gets the job done. Just don't expect it to hit anything at distance. Your mileage may vary. I could shoot pretty well at 21 feet, which is my standard distance. But this is more of a concealed carry pistol, and really, I wouldn't carry this gun anyway. I bought this as a collector's item, and it's just a nice, clean example. And it kind of has its own history in its own right because it's Cold War history, right? It's a Walther, but it's not. It's Walther made under license and identical in every way. So in a lot of ways, it's nicer than some of these other guns you'll see. Some of them I've had on my channel, like FEG with PA63s, which are licensed, they're copies of Walthers. They're just not up to the same fit and finish. And I think overall quality is something like this because this is, in effect, a Walther. I am going to get a Walther PPK at some point in 380. I've had those in the past, and they are not as fun to shoot. A PPKS is not nearly as fun to shoot in 380 as this gun is in .32. The size and weight difference and the caliber, it's a totally different animal. If you look, now I have a .32 automatic cartridge compared to a 380 cartridge. And 380 by itself is not particularly large. But when you compare it to a .32, you really see, so we're going to take a look at the difference. So you have .32 automatic on the right compared to 380 on the left. And even as small as 380 is, it's actually quite a bit larger than .32. I think what really lets the .32 down nowadays is not so much its ballistics, which are, definitely considerably less than 380. It's just the cost of the ammunition. it's not really a viable self-defense cartridge for a couple of reasons. One, ballistics, terminal ballistics, and two, the cost of ammunition, right? You're going to train semi-regularly, right? If you're going to carry it, you're going to need quite a few rounds to regularly train. And 32 definitely lets you down in that regard. 32 automatic ammo is more expensive than 9mm. So that kind of knocks it out of contention as a serious duty weapon. Really, 32 is out of favor. After about 1950, it really fell off the map. And it's a shame, but it is what it is. Calibers come and go, and they come in and out of favor. But overall, just a really well-made gun. You've got a pin barrel. And what I really like about Walther designs is how easy they are to take apart. So we'll go ahead and take a quick peek. Go ahead and show, again, weapon is clear. You just drop the trigger guard and then just slide everything right off. And you really don't have anything. You have three pieces. You have a recoil spring, a frame with a pin barrel, and a slide. So they take literally 2 minutes to clean. You just take these apart, you rod the bore, and you spray the insides out, wipe it out. And then when you're ready to go back in business, go ahead and, if it'll let me reset there we go. I'm just going to do it this way. Just like that. And then you're all set. So I like the simplicity of the design, the clean lines. These are classics. To me, these are as classic as a 1911. As blasphemous as that may sound, sign up in the comments if you disagree. This is going to be a timeless design. You see that profile and you think automatically of James Bond, right? So this design has inspired so many different copies around the world, and you're going to see more of those copies featured on the channel. But that's all I really have for you guys today. We're looking at a roughly 100-year-old design, and they're still making copies of it, and Walther still makes it today. So this has been episode 33 of Rabbit Hole Reviews. In under 10 minutes, we took a quick look at a Manhurin licensed copy of a Walther PP in .32 automatic.